City College students hold a candlelight vigil to remember a fellow classmate murdered right here on campus and hope to bring more awareness to the issue of domestic violence against women.
The 19-year-old woman's victim's family is trying to cope with their loss. We'll tell you what the community is doing to pull together and help.
And authorities are on the lookout for the victim's estranged husband, also a City College student, as a person of interest in this case.
In Chile, all 33 minors are rescued. We'll show you how they're doing. Plus, we have the latest on weather and sports.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of News Scene. I'm Katie Ann Saravage.
And I'm Manuel Santos. Thank you for joining us.
An entire campus community is mourning the loss of 19-year-old Diana Gonzalez. She was murdered here on campus Tuesday night. Details about the killing are still unfolding. Alice Kim joins us with more on the investigation. Alice.
That's right, Katie and Manuel. There are still many unanswered questions about what happened to the victim. So far, there are no arrests in the case, but it's being described as a domestic violence situation that spilled onto campus, leaving many people wondering how nobody saw or heard anything the night the teenager's body was found inside the campus bathroom.
Body was discovered in a men's bathroom of the M building by another student just after 10 p.m.
When he went inside the bathroom, he noticed a body of a person. He did not know at that time if it was a man or a woman on the floor. That prompted him to run outside, and he notified a teacher who in turn called 911.
Investigators are being tight-lipped about the exact details of the apparent homicide. But according to published reports, the victim was beaten beyond recognition.
We have sealed the autopsy, and by that I mean there will be no discussion of any injury or injuries that Diana suffered. And the reason we do that is to ensure that the only people who know what happened to her are the detectives who were on the scene, the personnel from the medical examiner's office, and the person who did it.
It's believed Diana Gonzalez was scheduled to attend a chemistry class that ends around 9:30 p.m. Diana's parents, already concerned about their daughter's well-being, waited in a campus parking lot near her classroom. But she never arrived. What exactly happened to Diana before her body was discovered remains unclear.
But we have no reports of a struggle or anybody screaming or anything like that. There were some items that were recovered around Diana's body in the bathroom, as well as some items that we took a distance away from the bathroom. And I think, as most people know, we recovered an item of clothing kind of in the quad area in the middle, and we recovered some items from a trash can that was not particularly close to the M building. We don't know if the items that are from the trash can belong to Diana. However, to be careful, we did take those, and we'll try to piece together whether they were hers or not.
Authorities are hoping to find Gonzalez's estranged husband, Armando Gabriel Perez, as a person of interest.
We are looking for him. We obviously would like to know where he was on the evening of and have him account for his whereabouts.
In the meantime, investigators will continue to question possible witnesses, hoping somebody saw or heard something which will help put a campus community back at ease.
We're in the process of investigating everything that we can about Diana's life, including her relationship, her home life, her school life, her financial life, as we would do with any other victim.
Diana's estranged husband is wanted for questioning. It's believed he may have crossed the border into Mexico. Homicide investigators say this case is far from being over. Anyone with information is urged to call Crime Stoppers at 888-580-8477. Police are also taking web tips at www.sdcrimestoppers.com. And Katie and Manuel, even though this is said to be an isolated incident, you just can't help but to feel the tension on campus.
It has been a very different week here at City College, and our thoughts go with the Gonzalez family. Thank you, Alice. Diana Gonzalez was a resident of National City. She leaves behind a mother, father, and a 10-month-old baby. News Scene's Amira Pargo talked with Diana's family and shares how the family wants her to be remembered.
Photos of a once smiling Diana Gonzalez are a reminder to family and friends to celebrate the young woman's life rather than focus on her violent death.
Caring about her daughter was the most important thing for her.
We have a donation for the family,
and for her child.
Deanna's family is left to care for the teenager's 10-month-old baby girl, Crystal. She was the inspiration, they say, for Deanna's drive to succeed.
She was just working hard right now to make sure she will, accomplish her, her goals for her and for her baby.
According to relatives, Deanna knew there were serious problems with her relationship. And when Gonzalez's ex-husband was temporarily jailed, accused of kidnapping and raping her, the DA did not prosecute.
The information that they had and then all the evidence, it wasn't just never sufficient. It wasn't sufficient evidence.
The family is still left with many unanswered questions about the details surrounding Deanna's death, but try to find comfort knowing the murder is shedding light on domestic violence that is oftentimes kept in the dark.
At this point, whatever happened, it's not going to bring her back.
With photojournalist Alex Miller Pastore, Amira Pargo, News Scene.
A bank account has been set up at Cabrillo Credit Union to help Deanna's family pay for her funeral. The account number is 19370700. Donations are being accepted at all branches in San Diego County.
And police are searching for a South Bay man who they consider to be a person of interest in connection with the homicide investigation of Deanna Gonzalez. It turns out the couple was legally married but recently separated. News Scene reporter Justin Watson explains.
37-year-old Armando Gabriel Perez is the estranged husband of victim Diana Gonzalez and the father of her 10-month-old baby, Crystal. It turns out Perez is also a registered student here at City College.
I can confirm that Mr. Perez was enrolled, in fact, in a PHYE 153 class that met on Mondays and Wednesdays at 11:10.
News Scene confirms the couple was in the same fitness class. According to classmates, Perez never let Deanna Gonzalez out of his sight. This student, who wants to remain anonymous, explains.
The only way I could describe him would be like a hyena, constantly just prowling around her, just waiting for her to just make that slight mistake for him to pounce on. He was very possessive. He bragged a lot about his possessions, things he's done.
According to police records, Deanna Gonzalez feared for her life. She filed a restraining order against him after Perez allegedly kidnapped her from City College on September 21st, strangling her and holding her hostage in a motel for 3 days. According to her family, it was the last straw. After more than 20 alleged previous incidents of violence, she reached out for help.
At this point, in a way, it's like kind of late. We would have liked that to happen like before, when everything was going on, and probably they could have done something before, not now after all this happened.
Perez has not been seen since the night Deanna's body was found. Perez has a sister in Tijuana where his abandoned blue Mustang was found on Thursday. With photojournalist Manuel Santos, I'm Justin Watson, News Scene.
Court documents show that Perez had a prior domestic violence case with his first wife. The case ended April this year with no charges brought against Perez. He also had a 13-year-old son, a 6-year-old daughter from that same marriage. Also, the San Diego Community College District issued a memo late this afternoon clarifying that in fact Deanna Gonzalez was not abducted from the City College campus, but in fact from Inspiration Point in Balboa Park.
With campus police on duty, many wonder how this incident could have happened, leaving students thinking twice about their safety. Jennifer Montgomery spends more time on campus than most. She works for Jazz 88.3, the radio station located in the Seed building near the Seville Theater.
Quite frankly, I have not felt safe on this campus for quite some time. I don't think safety is a priority on this campus at this time. I don't think it's intentional, and I know we have a wonderful police force here, and I know that they are here 24 hours a day, but we don't see them.
Students on campus share some of Jennifer's concerns.
But even if it is domestic violence, it's crazy that it could happen on a school campus. Don't we have any security? How did this happen?
City administrators want to ensure students, staff, and faculty that City College is indeed a safe place.
We have a minimum of 3 officers on campus, sometimes as many as 6, 24/7. In fact, when the crime was committed last night, there were 2 sergeants and 4 police officers on campus on patrol. But it appears that the assault and subsequent murder occurred literally instantaneously.
Other students say that because it was an isolated incident, they are a little less on edge.
A bit. I'm not as worried. Well, my initial reaction, like I freaked out and got like goosebumps. But now that I think about it, like as long as I'm with someone and I'm not alone at night, then I'm okay.
Administrators are urging all students to put the campus police or 911 into their cell phones. And remember, there was safety in numbers.
Last night, hundreds of students attended a candlelit light vigil in honor of the slain co-ed. It brought to light just how many victims of domestic violence live silently in the San Diego community. Alicia Prozdochny explains.
I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here.
Diana Gonzalez's sister tried to speak to a crowd who gathered to pay tribute to the slain teenager, but she was overcome with grief. Diana's family cried as they listened, cuddling to the victim's 10-month-old baby girl. The vigil, sponsored by the Associated Student Government, was held at the Gordon Quad, and hundreds of students and staff, including Chancellor Constance Carroll, came out to show support.
To never forget that she has set in motion something that will be enormous and strong and bright, and that is our own crusade to prevent this type of crime from happening again.
One by one, women from all walks of life approached the podium to share their personal stories and to give their condolences to the victim's family.
We need to speak up. We need to get something done. Because whether it's 3 deaths, 2 deaths, 1 death is too much.
The Center for Community Solutions gave out information for the students and staff.
The best thing that you can do is make a comfortable environment for them to talk to you, make it safe for them to talk to you, and always, always believe them.
I think that a restraining order is just a piece of paper, and if someone is that heinous and wants to commit a crime like that, they're going to do it regardless if there's a restraining order or not.
After the vigil, mourners donated money to the family and stopped by an altar to remember the young mother whose life was taken too soon. I'm Alicia Prozdochny, News Scene.
There are many resources for domestic violence victims. The Center for Community Solutions offers help for sexual assault and relationship violence. Help is available 24 hours a day. You can reach the center at 888-385-4657.
And moving on to other news, when we come back, the Chilean miners are no longer trapped. We'll have more on the rescue coming up.
And the Chargers aren't that special. The Bolts are looking to untrack their road this Sunday. Sports is coming right up.